Has your wife said she needs space and you're wondering, what should I do to save my marriage? Today I'm going to be covering the 7 steps you need to take to win her back. So if this is your first time here on my channel, my name's Luke Finn and I help dads avoid unnecessary divorce and reignite the relationship with their wives. So each week I release new trainings on how you can create an unbreakable marriage and reconcile with your wife. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel and smash that bell button to be notified each time I release a new video. Now make sure to stick around to the end of this video to get the opportunity to enroll in my free masterclass. In the free masterclass, you'll get to diagnose your marriage and see what it's going to take to reconcile and discover the #1 hidden roadblock preventing you from reconciling with your wife. So with that being said, let's dive right in. So this one might seem like a little bit of an obvious one, but when your wife asks for space, guys, you gotta give her space. You gotta give her the space and time for herself to heal and also for yourself. So I know that this has come as a surprise, that you probably didn't see this coming and it came out of the left field, and you're probably feeling a bit panicky and you want to like, okay, I need to get this sorted right now. But when this has hit you, you just gotta take some time, take a deep breath. Everything's going to be fine. You're in the right place. We're going to get this handled with the 7 steps today on this video. So you got to just relax, give her the space and time for her to heal and for you to heal and for you to process what's going on. So the second step that you need to take to win her back is you got to heal. So you've literally just so you didn't see this coming. This has been a big shock. This is, you're going through a really turbulent time, you're in a storm, and you feel like you're on an emotional roller coaster. Now the best way you can, navigate this is by healing. So meaning letting go of that pain, that sadness, the hurt that you're feeling at the moment, brother. Now I cover exactly how you can do that in detail in my masterclass. You can find the link to the masterclass down in the video. Check that out and sign up for the free masterclass to help you with that healing process. But you need to get a handle on that healing, because if you don't, you're acting out of panic, you're acting out of maybe anger or sadness, and this only pushes her further and further away. So you, brother, need to first and foremost, after giving her space and time, is to heal yourself and to get yourself relaxed and in an empowered state. The third thing you need to do, guys, is once you are feeling like, okay, you've gotten over that panicky stage, you're feeling more relaxed, you're letting go of that sadness, is what you want to do is you want to keep it safe with your wife. So you guys are probably separated and you're maybe you're either got an in-house separation or you're outside of the house. It doesn't really matter. You're somehow now giving her that space, so you're separated from her. What you need to do is you need to give her that safety. And I know it can be a bit frustrating that you want to talk about the relationship, but you don't want to do this. Do not be talking about the relationship. If when you're texting with one another, what I want you to do is just keep it safe. Keep it like just about logistics. Keep it around the kids when they're being picked up from school, who's looking after them. This is completely fine, guys. Do not push the topic. She is like, the way she's feeling at the moment is she doesn't trust you anyway. She feels like she needs this space. She's probably already even checked out the marriage and she's just like, she wants to move on. So that doesn't matter, guys. You can still save your marriage. But what you need to do at this stage is just keep it safe. That you're not going to push, that you're not being needy. And with those text messages, just keep it on point around the kids. Okay? So on step 4 then, guys, once you've gotten past this whole her being angry and just wanting distance, she just doesn't trust you and you feel those walls up. So, and you've been texting her for maybe a couple of weeks of just keeping it safe around the kids. Now you're going to get the opportunity, because you're picking up the kids and you're dropping off the kids, so you're seeing her maybe once a day or maybe a couple of times a week. Now what I want you to do here is she'll start opening up a little bit, and you're going to know that she's opening up a little bit is when she's like getting like you can see she's angry. She could see she's irritated. Now what will happen here, guys? What a lot of guys will do will make a mistake. They'll start panicking and, oh my God, people pleasing, trying to please her, what's going on, and getting panicky. You don't want to do this. Your wife is really angry with you at the moment. She doesn't trust you. So in this phase, what you want to do, guys, is you want to have calm and curious communication. So what is calm and curious communication? That means when you see your wife and she's upset, you drop it off the kids, or she's angry. When I say upset, she might be sad, but she's more than likely she's going to be angry. and you see it, maybe she's cold, distant, not talking to you, you're going to do this. You're just going to say something like, hey Sarah, it seems like you're a bit upset. This is called labeling. You want to label what you see. This takes confidence and requires you to be calm, but you're just going to say what you see. And this gives you the opportunity to just reach out to your wife to be like, hey, this is what you're like, basically framing it. This is what you see. And she gets to say, no, that's not the way it is. Or she gets to say, yeah, that is the way I feel. And it's really, really important when she starts answering you. So if she says, yeah, I am upset. You didn't turn up for the kids. You didn't pick up the kids on time. A lot of men will start getting defensive and start, defending themselves and making up excuses. This guy just makes you look like really weak, and also like you're guilty. You don't need to defend yourselves, guys. So when your wife starts coming at you with venom, guys, this is actually a good sign. You're starting to make progress because you're now moving out of just text messaging. She's talking to you. And you can take this as a good sign when she's getting angry at you and it's starting to come out, this anger. You need to stay calm and you need to stay curious. So you want to answer her, like when she says, for instance, you were meant to pick up the kids, you were late. And you're going to answer her, I was late with the kids? Now this is called mirroring back what she said. And you're just going to do this 2 or 3 times. When she says something about her, upset, anger, you're going to mirror it back to her. So because what you're doing here is you're taking the spotlight off yourself and you're shining it back on her. Guys, you got to stop being defensive and just start listening to her. She's got a lot of stuff going on, and by using this framework of 1, labeling, and 2, of mirroring back, you're going to start to de-escalate these situations. Your wife's going to start feeling like you're listening to her, because you are listening to her, and you're taking the focus off yourself and putting it back on her. All right. Then step 5, once you've started to de-escalate the situation, and basically what you're doing, guys, is you're rebuilding emotional safety in your relationship. Your wife's going to start noticing, wow, John's not losing his shit. John's not panicking when I start questioning him. John's calm. John seems really interested in what's going on for me. This never happened before in our relationship. And at this point, guys, you're already starting to plant seeds. She's starting to see that you've changed, okay? Then step 5, what you want to do is she's opening up, she's going to start sharing more. You're going to start wanting to listen and empathize. So for instance, my client, so Love, his name really is Love. His wife completely checked out of the marriage. She started opening up. And by opening up, a sign that she's opening up, guys, is she'll start then talking about, shift away from just talking about the kids, you shift away from these safe topics. Guys, you can be really happy about this. You're starting to rebuild emotional safety. And my client Love, he started hearing from his wife, why did it take this? Or, you were immature in the marriage, you didn't listen, you were always putting yourself first, you were selfish. Now guys, a lot of guys will make the mistake of getting defensive. No, this is a very good sign. When your wife is starting to open up and let out that venom. She's pissed off, guys. She didn't come to this decision lightly of wanting to separate and wanting to have the space. So you just need to be calm and listen and empathize. So you'll be like, I hear you. So yeah, I know in the past I wasn't really there for you, and I was getting angry with the kids. Now looking back at it, if I was in the same situation and you were getting angry with me and you weren't around, I would be feeling the same thing as you too, right? That's how you empathize. Just put yourself in her shoes. And this is a great sign, guys. She's starting to open up and you're rebuilding that emotional safety. So step number 6, guys, is you're going to continue rebuilding trust. And now what I'm putting in here now is these signals. You've already heard about the signals when she starts opening up and changing the topic from just around the kids to about her disappointment or sadness about what's happened in the relationship, or her anger around what's happened in the relationship. That's one of the signals. Now, the next signal you're going to be looking out for, that you're rebuilding trust, so you're going up those 7 steps to create an unbreakable marriage, you're rebuilding your marriage, is when she says, why did it take this for you to change, right? She's starting to notice that you've changed. She's really seeing it, and she's like, why did it take this? Now, what you want to do here, guys, is you want to stay relaxed. You want to just take ownership. You're like, yeah, look, Sarah, I know in the past I was that way. I was selfish and I wasn't there. I get it, and I'm doing my best. I'm, committed to becoming the best man I am now, and I'm a human being like we're all are. I just want to be the best man I can be. And guys, leave it at that. When she says, stuff like this, why did it take this for you to change? Or, why are we in this situation? I wish we weren't in this situation. She starts saying this stuff. Do not make the mistake of jumping back in and like trying to get the, saying, let's work on the relationship. Let's go talk to a counselor. Let's work on the marriage. This is not the stage where you want to do this, guys. And this is just another signpost along your path to reconciling with your wife. So she's starting to open up and starting to see your changes. So just acknowledge it and take ownership and be happy. You are on your way to reconciling with your wife. Now, the final step that you need to take to reconciling with your wife is you got to be confident. So the signal, when she starts saying, I miss you, or maybe she starts saying, I love you, and your guys are starting to spend more and more time around each other, and you're starting to notice that there's playfulness back in the relationship, that she's laughing with you, you catch her looking at you and smiling. Guys, this is the time. At this point, now it's the time to go and sit down and go, look, you need to have a conversation with Sarah. And this kind of conversation requires confidence and speaking from your heart. Now, I've created a communication guide that's going to tell you exactly how to do that. Check down in the details and download that communication guide that's going to tell you how to have that conversation with your wife. But what it requires, guys, is confidence and speaking from your heart and being really confident, guys. Like your wife, even at this point, she's thinking, oh, I miss him, but has he really changed? If I go back into the marriage now, is he just going to revert back? Women think that because they separated from you and because they were treating you not nicely, that is what caused you to change. And it's not. So you need to show up and be like, listen, I know we had our troubles, but sweetheart, we got this. I believe in you. I believe in me. We can make this work. You need to be really confident. So if you want to get that framework, guys, check it down in the details below for that communication guide and download it. So I promised you at the end of this training, you're going to get the opportunity to enroll in my free masterclass. In the free masterclass, you're going to, guys, get to start the healing process so you can start showing up as the empowered man that your wife needs. You're also going to get to discover the number one reason why your wife has checked out of the marriage, and you're going to get to diagnose your marriage and learn what it will take to reconcile. So check out the link below in the details. You'll find the link to the free masterclass where you can sign up and go through the free masterclass. And finally, guys, if you haven't done already, I want to invite you to my marriage support group for dads. It's a free Facebook group filled with a wonderful community of dads who want to create an unbreakable marriage. I look forward to seeing you on the inside. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you've got any questions at all, post them down in the comments. And if you found the video useful, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and smash that bell button so you'll be notified each time I release a new video each week. So with that being said, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.